Some breaking news coming from Burkina Faso. Have you heard the way Michael Langley is threatening Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso? He is actually saying he will not stop to bring Ibrahim Traore down. And it's like a son of insult, you telling him to apologize to Ibrahim Traore. He is saying Ibrahim Traore is a brainwasher to Africans. He is brainwashing Africans. Michael Langley has gone ahead and said he is a foster general of United States Marine protecting the interest of Americans. So there is no way he will start apologizing to Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is brainwashing Africans and he's saying Ibrahim Traore should stop that. So he has to let Ibrahim Traore down, no matter how much you will tell him to apologize. He will not stop insulting Ibrahim Traore. You won't believe this, my people. Imagine Michael Langley is doing this to Ibrahim Traore just because of gold reserves. You won't believe this, but God is there to protect Ibrahim Traore no matter what.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, recently we saw United States General Langley. He came out and threatened Ibrahim Traore. He wants to arrest Ibrahim Traore, and he's saying that Ibrahim Traore, he is a dictator. He is using the gold of Burkina Faso to protect himself. But we all know that it is a lie. Ibrahim Traore, he was in Russia and he was doing an interview. He came out and respond to General Langley. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video of how Ibrahim Traore has come out and respond to General Langley. Then I'll be back with more comment.
Because everything he said is a lie. It's very bad to see an adult lying, to see a general officer of a great army lying. It's very serious. First of all, he talked about the gold of Burkina, which is used to protect us. First of all, it's the gold of Burkina. It's not his gold. That's the first thing. What does it look like? It looks like nothing. It's Burkina. It's the gold of Burkina. It doesn't look like it. The second thing, he's lying. Because Burkina never had gold reserves. Until we arrived, it was us who started to reserve the gold in Burkina's treasury. Otherwise, there was not a single gram of gold reserve in Burkina. That means he's still a liar. The other thing, when he says that we use it to protect ourselves, we are free. If the people have decided that we govern, we have the duty to protect ourselves. So we are free. How does it look like? And the thing that hurts me the most, not because he's a general or because he's an American, it's because he's black. And it hurts to see that we use a black man to fight a black man, and it hasn't started yet. It has to stop. It's very dangerous. Even Libya. Who destroyed Libya? To use a black man again. In the movies, in the time of the Americans, black people always played a bad role. We know that it's in the movies, but why do black people continue to play a bad role? I think that if he heard this interview, he must look at himself in the mirror. Be ashamed. Come out and say that we made a false report. I regret it. He must say it publicly. If it's a false report, we did it. Because it's possible. It's possible that we made a false report. That he comes out and says, because you followed when I took another neighbor. Again, as I said, a black man. The Minister of Defense of Ivory Coast, who walks around in Turkey, he sees the Minister of Defense of Turkey, and he says to him, we sell weapons. You see how it hurts. When a black man behaves like that, it hurts a lot. Did we make a false report? That he comes out and lies. If we sent him to create a problem in Burkina, as they are used to doing it, well, we're going to get ready. We're going to wait for them, because it has to stop now. The black race must not be used to fight the blacks. Every time it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that's what we regret here. It hurt us a lot to see that it's a black man who keeps his word. It's true that they can regret it. Through several channels, they try to catch up. But no, it was said publicly. You have to catch up publicly. That's how it is for us. We are no longer in diplomatic hypocrisy. As we like to say things loud and clear, and come down and say no. We don't apologize. You have to say it publicly. So I invite them to catch up, to say it publicly. Because African youth understood. Black youth in the whole world understood. This manipulation is no longer happening. It has always been the case. We can't use false alibis to hope to reach other goals. It doesn't work anymore. So it's regrettable. But Burkina stays in line. We will continue to develop. He forgot to say everything we do for Burkina. What we do, no regime has done it. The social and economic development of Burkina. We are building a lot of health centers, equipped with equipment, medical exams, and lower the cost of medical exams. Which regime did the same? No one. We are working on agriculture, free labor. Our production has increased. Who did it? No one. The army that we are creating, a new army. The Burkina army has never been as equipped as now. Who did it? No regime. In terms of employment, no regime has created as many jobs as we did. Industrialization. Maybe that's what hurts them, that they want to stop it. We have to make up lies. I invite them to review their copies. That's what I can say. It's a big lie, and it's regrettable.
Africa is no stranger to the machinations of imperialist powers. But when US General Michael Langley, head of AFRICOM, dared to sling baseless accusations at Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, he ignited a fire that has swept across the continent like a harmattan wind. In early April, during a US Senate committee hearing, Langley claimed Traore was misusing Burkina Faso's gold reserves for personal gain, a slanderous lie that sought to tarnish the image of a man who has become the beating heart of Africa's anti-imperialist resurgence. What the West did not anticipate was the thunderous response from Africans, not just in Burkina Faso, but from Accra to Addis Ababa, from Lagos to London's diaspora strongholds. The people rose, their voices united in a resounding cry, "Hands off Traore! Hands off Africa!" This is no mere protest movement. It is a continental awakening, a rejection of centuries of exploitation and a bold declaration that Africa will no longer tolerate foreign meddling in its affairs. From the bustling streets of Ouagadougou to the vibrant markets of Nairobi, Africans have taken to the streets, their placards aloft, their chants reverberating. Traore is Africa's hope. The West, blindsided by this unity, scrambles to make sense of a continent that refuses to bow. African leaders, long accustomed to navigating the tightrope of Western approval, watch in stunned silence as their people rally behind a 37-year-old captain who embodies the spirit of Thomas Sankara and the dreams of a free Africa. This is the story of a people's rebellion, a love letter to a leader who dares to defy, and a warning to those who underestimate the power of a united Africa. On April 3rd, 2025, General Michael Langley sat before the US Senate and uttered words that would prove to be a grave miscalculation. He accused Captain Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso's interim president, of diverting the nation's gold reserves to protect the junta regime rather than for the welfare of his people. The accusation was not just false, it was a deliberate attempt to undermine a leader who has dared to challenge the West's stranglehold on Africa. Langley's words, dripping with the arrogance of empire, echoed the tired playbook of imperialist propaganda: smear, destabilize and depose. But Africa was listening, and Africa was ready to respond. Within hours, social media platforms across the continent erupted. From X to TikTok, hashtags like #HandsOffTraore and #AfricaStandsWithIB trended as young Africans, armed with smartphones and righteous anger, called out the US for its hypocrisy. The same America that plundered Iraq and Libya now dares to lecture us about our resources, tweeted on Tita, a Kenyan activist whose post garnered thousands of retweets. In Burkina Faso, the government swiftly condemned Langley's remarks as regrettable and gravely inaccurate. But it was the people who took the fight to the streets. On April 30th, Ouagadougou's Place de la Révolution became a sea of green, red and black, the colours of Burkina Faso's flag, as tens of thousands gathered in one of the largest pro-junta rallies since Traoré seized power in September 2022. Demonstrators waved giant posters of their leader, clad in his signature fatigues, and hoisted banners declaring, "Down with imperialism and its local lackeys." Musician Osibi Johan, a protester at the rally, told the Associated Press, "Because Colin Powell lied, Iraq was destroyed. Barack Obama lied, Gaddafi was killed. But this time, their lies won't affect us."
So guys, I hope you have watched that video of how Ibrahim Traore, he has come out and respond to the United States General Langley. General Langley, he came out and threatened to arrest Ibrahim Traore, and also he's saying that Ibrahim Traore, he is a dictator. He's using the goal of Burkina Faso to protect himself, but we all know that it is a lie. And also guys, in this next video, I want us to watch how the United States, they are using some of the they are using jihadi groups to attack and to try to assassinate Ibrahim Traore. Right now, Ibrahim Traore, he has managed to survive almost 20 assassination attempts. And recently, Ibrahim Traore, he was in Russia. While he was in Russia, the United States, they were planning to go and throw his government in Burkina Faso, but that one, it has not happened. So I want you to watch how the United States and France, they are using some of the they are using jihadi group to fight Ibrahim Traore. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comments.
There was a massive attack in Burkina Faso. Multiple casualties, people killed by apparently jihadists. Have you noticed how these jihadists just come out of nowhere and cause havoc in a country that the West want to go to war with? So Ibrahim Traore has stood up for Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore is the model of what good leadership should be. Ibrahim Traore has kicked out the Americans, has kicked out the French, has basically stopped all mining by foreign companies in Burkina Faso. And all of a sudden, jihadists have started attacking the country that now they want to take over and they want him to step down. You know the kind of thing that is happening in Sudan? Why is it that suddenly jihadists come out of nowhere? Do you remember Al-Qaeda? Do you remember ISIS? Do you remember Boko Haram? And now we have a new group always standing up in areas. Do you remember even in Mozambique? In Mozambique, where Total found petroleum, suddenly Islamist jihadists stand up and they unalived quite a lot of people. It's not suspect at all. You guys don't even hide it. Why can't you just go and attack the country you want to attack and not pretend that jihadists from where? Come on guys, come on.
So we have some major breaking news coming from Burkina Faso. So Ibrahim Traore visited Moscow and he is now in Moscow for the largest military parade that is happening in Russia. But before he went to Moscow, there was an attack in Burkina Faso, which did not happen. The enemy had planned to attack when Ibrahim Traore was away in Moscow. And let me tell you, this attack was coming from Ivory Coast. Just imagine. Now, the people in Ivory Coast do not support their leader, but their leader is pushing so that they can remove Ibrahim Traore from the leadership. And just imagine, they were planning on how they are going to take down a lot of people. So the government of Burkina Faso has recovered a lot of bullets, 500,000 that were used. There were a lot of armored vehicles that these enemies wanted to use. And all these armored vehicles are foreign vehicles, meaning that there is a foreign nation, there is a Western nation that was trying to do this while Ibrahim Traore was in the military parade happening in Moscow. So this is another plan that has been uncovered. There are so many videos in X. I told you, if you want to go and watch, you can go and watch them. They used these drones to take down a lot of enemies, more than 1,000 of them.
Breaking news. 3 days ago, Burkina Faso was attacked by over 1,000 men who wanted to overthrow Ibrahim Traore's government. Well, now we know where those men came from and who sent them. Now, they were waiting for Ibrahim Traore to travel to Russia so they can attack. But here's the thing, President Ibrahim Traore already knew what was going to happen. You see, Russia, China, and North Korea had facilitated military support to Burkina Faso, and some of the technology they sent over were military-grade drones. So President Ibrahim Traore was spying on these people even before they attacked, so he already knew what they were planning to do. In the surveillance that Ibrahim Traore was watching them with, he saw they had many weapons, they had many vehicles. Their intentions were not just to unalive President Ibrahim Traore, but also the people who support him. So this was a very serious issue to him. Ibrahim Traore would ambush them, surround them, and take them out. He will find multiple phones, multiple vehicles, multiple weapons that they had and were ready to use. Now, where were all these people coming from? Well, they were from the Ivory Coast. And if you're not surprised, I know why. Because the president of the Ivory Coast has been working hand in hand with the American and the French to try and dethrone or even unalive President Ibrahim Traore. What do you think President Ibrahim Traore should do next? Because the Ivory Coast doesn't seem like they will stop doing this anytime soon.
Breaking news, General Michael Langley said that he will never apologize to Ibrahim Traore and nobody will ever make him do it. This is after Ibrahim Traore requested him to apologize for all those things that he said, because none of it is true. Yesterday, Ibrahim Traore had an interview and he was asked about this General Michael Langley and what he think about everything that he said. So this is what he had to say. He said that it's so unfortunate that one of our own is accepting to be used by the West to take us out. The things that this Langley said is not true at all, especially about Burkina Faso gold reserve. Ibrahim Traore said that the moment that he became the president, there was no any Burkina Faso gold reserves. There was no gold reserves. He said that he's the one who started gold reserves in Burkina Faso. He made sure that the West are not stealing Burkina Faso gold. He also said that for them to say that he is using Burkina Faso gold to protect himself, he said that he is, because this is their gold. This is Burkina Faso gold and it needs to be protected. He said that it's not their business for them to worry about Burkina Faso gold. He is taking good care of them and only Burkina Faso people, they are going to enjoy this gold, not them.
When news broke out that someone might be trying to take out Captain Ibrahim Traore or IB of Burkina Faso, social media lit up from Ouagadougou to London, Washington to Dakar. The message was loud and clear: protect him. Some people said, oh, it's just paranoia, it's social media noise, or that influencers are just chasing cloud. But observers across Africa say it's not paranoia, and no, it's not noise either. It's history knocking again, because every time an African leader rises, stands tall, rejects outside control, challenges the global order, and speaks about real independence, they don't just face political opposition, they often face death. Let's go back. Start with Burkina Faso, the very soil Captain Traore walks on. In 1983, a young army captain named Thomas Sankara took power, and in just 4 years, he turned the country around. He banned luxury cars from officials, launched nationwide vaccination drives, promoted women's rights, and said a bold no to IMF loans and foreign debt traps. But in 1987, he was assassinated in a coup. The man who took over, Blaise Compaoré, a close ally with deep ties to France. Today, Compaoré has been convicted in absentia for Sankara's death. The revolution was cut short. The silence that followed, quite deafening. Now, then look at the Democratic Republic of Congo, Patrice Lumumba, the first prime minister, young, brilliant, unshakable. He believed Congo's vast mineral wealth should benefit its people, not foreign corporations. He stood up to Belgium. He stood up to Cold War pressure. And for that, he was taken down, arrested, tortured, handed to his enemies. In 1961, Lumumba was executed. Later, we all found out the truth. The CIA and Belgian government were involved. His body dissolved in acid, no grave, no justice. Now, let's move to Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president, a Pan-African giant. He dreamed of a united Africa connected by trade, purpose, and self-reliance. He helped found the Organization of African Unity, what we now know, or rather what we call the African Union. But in 1966, while he was on a peace mission in Vietnam, his government was overthrown. Later, Declassified documents show clear CIA fingerprints. Nkrumah died in exile. His dream scattered across a divided continent. Fast forward to Libya, Muammar Gaddafi. A divisive figure, no doubt, but visionary in many ways. He proposed a gold-backed currency for Africa, a continent-wide military force, and even an African satellite system. In 2011, NATO-backed airstrikes came. Gaddafi was hunted down and killed. Libya fell into chaos, and Africa lost one of its most unfiltered voices against Western influence. Let's talk about South Africa. Steve Biko, a leader of the Black Consciousness movement. He didn't use weapons, he used ideas. He told Black South Africans to think independently, reject inferiority, and reclaim their power. In 1977, he was arrested, beaten to death in police custody. The apartheid regime said it was self-inflicted. The world didn't believe it. But Biko's words still echo. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. And those are just the well-known names. There's also Amilcar Cabral, the revolutionary from Guinea-Bissau, assassinated before his country could taste independence. There's Edward Mondlane, founder of Mozambique's liberation movement, killed by a parcel bomb. Samora Machel, Mozambique's first president, died in a suspicious 1986 plane crash near South Africa. Sabotage? Many believe so. Mehdi Ben Barka, Moroccan opposition leader and Pan-Africanist, abducted in Paris in 1965, never seen again. All of them had one thing in common. They challenged the order and they paid the ultimate price. Now, here we are again in 2025, and people are warning, protect Ibrahim Traore. Now, as a journalist, the goal isn't to sensationalize, but to observe. And the signs we're seeing now around Traore feel all too familiar. This moment, like others before it, raises a simple but urgent question. When African leaders push for true independence, why does this story so often end this way?
Undoubtedly, Ibrahim Traore has bolstered Burkina Faso into such a robust, secure position in the short amount of time that he has been leader for, that it is so unprecedented. Like, we are really seeing the real life manifestations of Thomas Sankara's blueprint and real authentic Pan-Africanist ideology coming to fruition here, despite, all odds, whether it's external influences from the West. I mean, I could talk about this for years, right? But my main concern is, I don't know why people are surprised about the recent allegations that apparently, and I'm saying alleged, I'm not going to say I know for sure, because again, there's so much disinformation that comes out of certain countries, so much misinformation in news, especially out of sub-Saharan Africa. Like, I don't want to say who, but allegedly a certain country has made it illegal, or they've been cracking down secretly by getting undercover police officers to intercept public protests that are expressing public support for Ibrahim Traore. I'm not going to say which country, but if you go into Google and actually type up Burkina Faso protests, I mean, I think people know already who I might be talking about, but there's specific countries that weren't too happy when Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger decided to exit ECOWAS, right? They weren't too happy about that. I'm not too sure why people are surprised. I'm really not too sure why people are surprised, and I'm going to say this. A lot of people forget that a lot of quote-unquote corrupt leaders, these are not leaders that just emerged out of nowhere. Some of them have, but for the most part, these are leaders that were present in independence movements. These are leaders that were fighting on the front lines in the 60s, 70s, 80s for freedom from imperial colonies, right? They were there when Margaret Thatcher was around trying to say that apartheid should still keep going on. I'm trying to refrain from using so much jargon just for the sake of time, but these are leaders, these corrupt leaders that you see that are pushing back on Burkina Faso, they were there in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So you would think, would they not be supporting someone like Ibrahim Traore? Would they not want to be self-sustaining just like Burkina Faso is trying to be at the moment? But what a lot of people are forgetting is that forget being bought by the West, forget trying to line up their pockets because they want to make money. These are people that have successfully managed to finesse a whole population through mobilizing populist movements. They have weaponized, they have utilized certain rhetoric, certain political rhetorics, whether it's telling the people that, listen, if you want free from the UK, we'll do that. If you want free from the IMF, we'll do that. If you want free from China, if you want free from France, we will do that. We want to become self-sustaining. A lot of autocratic leaders will employ populist language, sloganize certain terms, sloganize liberation movements in order to keep power, in order to preserve power. So really think about that the next time you see a country is low-key showing a bit of, against Burkina Faso, a bit of pushback, shall I say, from those movements, because they are scared that the same thing is going to happen in their country. That is exactly why. So I really don't understand why people are shocked that when Burkina Faso left ECOWAS, that the Burkina Faso was being a troublesome country. No, they're really not. If anything, them leaving ECOWAS was low-key signifying to the West that we know that this particular regional bloc, no matter how successful it is there, not to center or localize regional voices or actors, but it is there because we know that you have an influence or a monopoly over certain leaders, because they have structural and ideological alignment with what you want, right? So really keep this in mind when you see on the news or when you're going on TikTok. By the way, I really do implore you to just double check that facts are true, that when next time a country comes out and is publicly just saying whatever they want to say against Burkina Faso, and I have a really strong feeling that Ibrahim Traore is going to be a very lonely man in the political domain, which again, are you even doing your job correctly if people aren't triggered? That's what I have to say.
I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how the United States and the France, they are really not happy with Ibrahim Traore. They have started to fund the jihadi group to go and they are funding them to go and overturn Ibrahim Traore government, because assassinating Ibrahim Traore, it has become more difficult, and right now they want to use all means to bring Ibrahim Traore down. For me, I can tell you that we need to still continue to pray for Ibrahim Traore because his life is in danger. Ibrahim Traore, he has right now been in over 20 assassination attempts. Ibrahim Traore, he has survived over 20 assassination attempts. This is to tell you that the Western, they are so serious to bring Ibrahim Traore down. You have seen in the videos while Ibrahim Traore, he was in Russia, the United States, they fund these jihadi groups to go and try to overturn Ibrahim Traore government. But Ibrahim Traore, he is a smart guy. He knows, he already know what these people, they have already planned for him. So while he was in Russia, he was also still communicating with his people in Burkina Faso, and he was being given all the information of some of the things what it is happening in Burkina Faso. So this is tell you that Ibrahim Traore is a smart guy, and also his people, they are so loyal to him. You have seen a video whereby the citizen of Burkina Faso, they have given out themselves. They want to protect Ibrahim Traore. They are sleeping every day, every night in the street just to protect Ibrahim Traore. So this is tell you that his citizens, Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso citizens, they really love Ibrahim Traore to an extent whereby they are not sleeping at night. They want to protect Ibrahim Traore. So for me, I can tell you that Ibrahim Traore is being loved. What of some of the things that the Western people, they are telling to the people that Ibrahim Traore is a dictator, Ibrahim Traore is using the goal of Burkina Faso to protect himself, that it is not true. We know what the Western people, they have been doing to our brave leaders, and that's why they really want to they really want to give us false information about Ibrahim Traore, so that we can see Ibrahim Traore to be a bad leader, so that they can easily assassinate or remove Ibrahim Traore to power. So for me, I can tell you that these people, they are trying so hard to bring Ibrahim Traore down, but all their plan, it is now coming true. It is now being exposed. So right now they don't have any option. They have started to fund some of the criminal gangs to go and try to overthrow Ibrahim Traore. And also, you have seen what Ibrahim Traore has come out and replied to US General Langley. All these things started by the United States and France. They sent United States General of Africa, that it is General Langley. This General Langley, he came out and said that Ibrahim Traore is a dictator. He's using the goal of Burkina Faso to protect himself. But we know that it is not true. Ibrahim Traore is not a dictator. He's not using the goal of Burkina Faso to protect himself. And also, you have listened to what Ibrahim Traore has come out and say. Why is it these people, they are using their fellow black people to fight them? Because this general is a black person, and these are some of the things that these people they have been doing to us black people. Whenever they want to silence a brave black leader, they will not come themselves. No, they will use our fellow black people to bring our fellow black people down. Just like what Obama did. Obama, he was used to bring the Gaddafi down, to bring some of our brave leaders down. So this is tell you that these people, they need to, this general, he needs to be brave, he need to be smart, he need not to be controlled by the Western people. I know he's been given so much power, he's been given so much money so that he can bring these brave leaders down. So this is tell you that this general need to stop, and all black people, we are behind Ibrahim Traore. He needs to see online. He came out and threatened Ibrahim Traore. He was saying that he's going to arrest Ibrahim Traore, but majority of the black people came out in large numbers sending a message to this general, telling this General Langley that you can't just come out and try to assassinate or arrest our fellow black brave leader. Majority of people, they came out in Jamaica, in the black Americans, African people. We came together, we unite so that we can protect Ibrahim Traore. That it was a clear message that all black people we sent to the Western countries, telling this general that we black people, we know exactly what Ibrahim Traore is doing, and whatever the things that you are saying about Ibrahim Traore, it is not true, it is a lie. So you general, you need to stop being used by these Western people. You need to come and protect your fellow black person. Why is it you are being used with this with these white people to fight your own brother? So we need to stop that. And Ibrahim Traore has come out and say he doesn't have an issue with this general. He knows exactly this general is being used, and that's why in the interview he has come out and say, why is it whenever these people, they want to bring our black leaders, our brave black leaders down, they're using our fellow black people. So he knows exactly this general is being used. The things that general is speaking, it is not him who is speaking this thing, it is the Western people that are telling this general to say this about Ibrahim Traore. And for me, I can tell you that this general, he need to resign, or if he doesn't, if he will not resign, he need to support Ibrahim Traore. He need to wake up, because right now black people, we know exactly what we want. We know the kind of leaders that we want. We know exactly what our black people they really want in Africa. So kindly guys, I don't want to talk too much. Let's talk more in the comment section, and also you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this video, share this video, so that our fellow black people, they can really know exactly what it is happening. We know right now these people, they're changing tactics so that they can they are using anything so that they can fight Ibrahim Traore. They were using Ivory Coast, right now they are using jihadi, and I'm so happy to see Ibrahim Traore getting more support from Russia, from China, and also from us black people. Although our African leaders, they are not really coming out and support Ibrahim Traore, but I'm so happy to see the Africans people, without their leaders, they are really supporting Ibrahim Traore. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you in my next one. Bye bye guys.